subsidies. So right now, every white farmer is learning how to survive the same way black farmers have been surviving. Like I said, what Trump was going to do was break every white American down to the black American level. Welcome to Nigginess.
Hello guys, and welcome to the J Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about how black farmers have always...
So, I'm sitting here listening to these farmers who got hit by the USDA funding freeze, and I just want to point out that these farmers don't look like me. So why are the black farmers on here yelling about, we're not getting our money, they're freezing our funds? Why are they not crying about it? I'll tell you why. Come here. Because they never got any money in the first place. So guess what? Self-sufficient. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Let's get her done. Right? Whatever. But you voted for that. And you know what? So happy you're getting what you voted for.
You know, I'm seeing all these videos right now where all these farmers are crying about not getting no help right now. You know what? Let me ask you something. When have you ever heard of a black farmer crying about it? Never. You want to know why? Because they ain't never got no help in the first place. That's right. USDA's literally admitted to discriminating against black farmers. And literally, black farmers have to sue thousands of them to get what white farmers are handed for free. And fast forward to today, all these farmers crying that they can't get no help. You see, black farmers, they've been struggling. Y'all just now feeling what they've been feeling for over 100 years. Black farmers, they used to own over 19 million acres of land. Guess what? Systematic racism, denied loans, shady politicians, and legal loopholes wiped them all out. Yeah. And now they're 1% of America's farmland. When the government finally tried to pass relief for the black folk back in 2021, white farmers sued to block it, claimed it was reverse discrimination. Make that make sense. So, you know, next time you see folks complaining about farm aid, why don't you ask them, where's the help for the black farmers? Ask them why their struggle is just now important, when others have been suffering for centuries.
The U.S. government gave 270 million acres of land away for free. Guess who didn't get any? That's right. After the Civil War, 3,500 black families managed to claim about 650,000 acres through the Homestead Act. Now that may sound like a lot, right? Well, that's when you realize that white settlers got 270 million acres. Okay? Now the way I figure that, that's about a 400 to 1 difference. To paraphrase Martin Luther King, it wasn't just the land. The government built land-grant colleges to teach white farmers how to work the land. Then they sent out experts to help them succeed, and then they gave them low-interest loans and subsidies to keep white farmers growing. Black farmers, they were just left to figure it out on their own. Here's the wild part. You see, after the Civil War and the Homestead Act, black folks made it happen without government subsidies, and by 1910, black folks owned 16 million acres of land, about 14% of all of the farmland in the U.S. And here's the amazing thing, right? By 1910, that 16 million acres, that was the top part. That was the apotheosis of black farming. Think about the color purple, where all those black folks own land. They own that 16 million. Now that's where this chart comes in. Now you see this blue line? That's what white farmers got for free. Okay? Now, the Homestead Act is the second line. This is what black folks got. Okay? That's the handouts that black folks got compared to those handouts. Alright, now, million acres of land, 14% of all the land that was farmland in America. That was 1910. Think the color purple and how Mr. and all these folks had land, all right? You know what the last line is? That's what black farmers own today. About 4 million acres of land. Literally, there have been reports that over 90% of black farmers get rejected for subsidies and loans. So that means that a black farmer essentially can't make money picking cotton. Make it make sense. There's always one factoid that makes me think, man, you know, black folks, we are awesome. The one person, one of the few people who made any money or any earnings off of the Homestead Act, black folks, was a man named Oscar Michaud. So now for those of you who know anything about film, Oscar Michaud essentially invented black film. And he used his earnings to support a thriving black film industry for about 30 years in Hollywood. So don't tell me that land ain't important and black folks owning land aren't important. Think of all the Oscar Michauds we could have had.
Even when black people
Talk about how the black community can contribute to black farmers on a yearly basis in order to help save our farms for our food. Now, I came up with some comprehensive strategies for the black community that we can implement to help empower the black farmers and preserve the farms. We can host an annual Black Farmers Day Festival, organize a community-wide event that celebrates black agriculture heritage, include a farmers market, workshops, and sustainable farming, cooking demonstrations using locally grown produce and cultural performances. This festival can raise awareness, build solidarity, and drive direct sales to support black-owned farms. Number two, we can create and expand community-supported agriculture programs, launch or enhance CSA initiatives that allow community members to subscribe to weekly or monthly produce boxes from the black farmers. This steady, direct income stream helps farmers plan their crops and invest in improvements while fostering community connections to the food source. Number three, advocacy and policy engagement. We can form coalitions with the local and national advocacy groups to lobby for policies that address historical inequalities in agricultural loans, land access, and subsidies.
So the black farmers in America, they contribute, they're like what, 1% of farmers in America. So majority of these policies that are being implemented in America, basically they are targeting to help the white farmers. So right now, a lot of white farmers, they're complaining, they're saying these policies that are being implemented right now with this current administration in America is affecting them, especially the tariff war between China and America. We have seen China looking for alternative markets across the world and refusing to buy products from America, especially from the American farmers. For example, right now China is not buying soybeans from American farmers. Right now, China is not buying meat from American farmers. Right now, China literally is saying we are done with America and we are looking for alternative markets across the world. So they are buying meat from either Brazil, Canada. They're looking for those alternative markets. And right now, American farmers are literally feeling the effect because this thing came out, out of nowhere. So the farmers are already doing their thing. They have done their budget. They're ready to sell their products. And then this tariff war started, and boom, everything came to a standstill, and farmers are being told, oh, by the way, today China has decided not to buy your meat, has decided not to buy your soybeans, they has decided not to buy American products or American food products, and now they're looking for alternative markets across the world. So what happens to American farmers? Of course, they're going to be affected. Of course, they're going to experience losses, and that's basically what is happening in America. So farmers right now, they are crying and they're saying, oh my God, where this the aid that we expected from the government, because right now we are really being affected. And yes, American farmers are the ones who voted majority for the current administration. Most of these farmers, they come from the red state, and red state, that is the south of USA, are the ones who literally are Republicans through generation. They usually call red state for a reason, and that's because they always voted the Republican way. So these farmers are mostly Republicans. Majority of them, they are Republicans, and now they are complaining. They're saying, you know what, we voted for you in this administration, we voted for you to become the president of America, and now you are turning your back against us. We are suffering. So what are you going to do? Are you going to help us? So basically, that's what farmers are complaining in America, and the majority are the white farmers. So what happens to the black farmers in America? They're quiet. They're continuing doing their business. They're going on with their business. Why? Because they're so used to being overlooked. They're so used to know what, the policies that are being implemented for farmers, usually they're targeting the white farmers and not the blacks. So the blacks farmers are always used to to hustle hard, and of course to try to come up means and ways to sort their problems, and yeah, and come up with a profit somehow. And they always manage to sell their product. They always manage to look for alternative ways, to run their farms, and of course to sell their products to the community. And most of the time, the black farmers usually sell to the black communities in America. So that's how it usually operates. And now white farmers are looking at the black farmers and they're wondering, why aren't they complaining? Why aren't they making noise? Why aren't they say something? Because right now, across the board, all farmers are suffering. But the black farmers are telling them, you know what, we are quiet because we are so used to, to this oppression. We are so used to being overlooked. We are so used to, to see these policies that are not helping us. We are so used to, to look for alternatives way by ourselves and solving our own issues and come up with ways on how they can survive and thrive their farms so that they make a profit. So when the white farmers are looking at the black farmers and they're wondering how they survive without complaining, and somehow they are left speechless when they realize, you know what, black farmers have always been oppressed for years and years and years, and now it's like they've been overlooked and they're used to, and they're telling them, you know what, welcome to the world. This is our struggle, and this is what we have been doing for the hundreds of years. So what are you guys complaining about? So let me know what you think about this video, and drop your comments, and please subscribe to my channel.